Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler, Mando. Good morning, lads. How you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, man. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic. You know, before I ask you how you're doing, Tyler, I just want to make sure you guys know. Do you guys know who you're talking to right now? Do you guys know who you're talking to? Mando, do you know who you're talking to?
Who?
The number 2 top yapper and number 1 fantasy top hero. This is who you're talking to. Okay, please address me as such on the show. Please, I would appreciate
I was
that.
last week.
You know, so listen.
I was.
You know,
I had that random.
oh, the viral meme.
I had some viral post that I was top of the leaderboard last week.
There you go. It feels nice, right? It feels nice being on top. Yeah, I just want to make sure, you know, y'all address me as such. You know, top yapper, top.
I didn't say it once hero. Last week, so that's there's the difference.
That's the difference. That's the difference. But you know what? Like I'm definitely gonna make the most out of my 24 hours of fame. You know what I mean? I got Jim Cramer, you know, saying that Bitcoin's never gonna hit $500,000, let alone $1 million. I'm pretty sure that's on the back of the interview too. So y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. Tyler, how you doing? Good morning.
I'm good. I'm in the presence of Twitter and interview royalty here, so I'm just happy to be on the stage.
Oh man,
have you ever been number 1, Tyler? You would know. No. You would know if you were number 1.
You would know.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Everyone remembers.
I've been top 3 on Kaido.
Yeah, but you see, but it's our first.
Top 3 on the Kaito pre-TG board, was it?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to, Amanda. We're gonna have to think about this. You know,
Tyler destroys us every week.
I know. To be fair, Tyler is like all-time. He's like all-time top 10 on Kaido. Like literally, like last 12 months. You and I, we have our like 24 hours of fame every other like month and a half.
Here's a good question. Would you rather be a top 10 player or be that one guy who wins a Grand Slam? You know,
I'll take the Grand Slam.
I would too, you know. Used to remember.
I'm the endurance guy showing up to all the tournaments.
I don't remember top 10 tennis players for the last 20 years. I just remember the old guy who won a major.
They don't make movies about the guy that was 9th his whole career, but they made a tennis movie about the guy that won this one fucking Roland Garros that one time, whatever it's called. I saw the movie on the plane.
You know what they do? You know what they do though is they give them fat airdrops.
So. Yeah,
that is true. I'm actually on Kaido right now. In the last 12 months, Tyler is literally in the top 20, and it's like top 10. He's above. He's literally at this man. Tyler, what? You have the same mind share as Michael Saylor the last 12 months.
Feels right.
That's crazy, bro. Damn.
But no titles. No titles.
But no titles. But no titles. Listen.
Now I've got my goals. Yeah,
you're a TGA Tour player, but with no majors. You know,
exactly.
You're on the tour.
You're on the tour. You know it. Yeah, like Harry Kane, right? If Harry Kane finally won a championship, I mean Bundesliga with Bayern. That's like losing your virginity to a hooker. But anyways,
you're in a Netflix documentary, but you don't actually get the title. Me and Farokh are the stars who refuse to be part of the Netflix documentary, and you're like the emerging story that they profile throughout the season.
Oh my God! What? Wait! What? Since when did we decide to just bully Tyler this morning? That's not nice. All right, let's just stop this.
I could see the pain in his eyes when he realized that he hadn't got the top spot.
Oh my God, dude! That's funny.
I think about these types of things, so no, I want it.
Oh my God! It's okay, Tyler. You're gonna. Oh fuck! It's actually wild though. Like this made me look at Tyler's Kaido thing, and it's actually insane. Like you have the same mind share as fucking what's his face, Michael Saylor. Which actually I should probably get him next. Guys, did I tell you? Did I not tell you this interview was a cook? That was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm curious for your takeaways. Like I definitely had some takeaways. I think what struck me was just like how personable he was.
Yeah,
and like he gave some like really good life advice too. Just saying like I live a good life. Like it's comfortable. I get to spend time with my family and do things that I care about. And like I kind of believe him that he lives this simple life. He doesn't seem like a guy who's just like out like spending all of his wealth like crazy. And I think the other thing that stuck out to me is like there's this growing bearish consensus take on broader crypto that all the builders are leaving, and it's just speculators and institutions who are left. And then you've got this guy who's top 25 wealthiest man in the world, gets out of jail and he goes right back to work, and he's working 6.5 days a week.
Crazy.
So don't you can miss me with that. People are still building.
Yeah, I agree. I found out last night is the 25th richest man in the world. I never, because I didn't do any research on CZ when I went into that, because I've been following CZ for like 4.5 years now, and I'm a huge fan. So like I know the guy. So I didn't like Google like CZ life or net worth or whatever the fuck. I just prep with my team like I always do before an interview. So last night I was like, yo, let me check out his net worth. It's $60+ billion.
It's very unknown, his net worth. It could be.
Yeah. I mean, on Forbes, at least, it's like the official Forbes list, man, though. They have him as 25th richest man in the world in the live list that they have. So that's what I'm going per. But, I mean, if Bitcoin goes like, let's say 150K tomorrow, he probably jumps like 5-10 spots, right? Or BNB or whatever. So I'm sure it's tied to that.
Well, Coinbase market cap is 50 billion. 50. And there's just an unknown how much Binance is worth. As far as I'm aware, CZ owns like 70% plus of Binance. So if you think it's worth 100 bill,
there you go.
It probably easily is.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. It's he's got a decent net worth, and then it's unclear how much of BNB he owns, which is the
exactly
the main coin. And BNB's, how much is BNB? Like 80 billion market cap?
89. It's I'll tell you. 84.
Right.
Fuck. So. That's crazy. So that's a $100 billion company plus an $84 billion token, and he's got the most amount of both. So
yeah, he's also probably taken out quite a lot. Like I can't imagine CZ's not worth a few bill on the side here already.
It's probably worth $100 billion, honestly. Like it's actually insane. But I like what you're saying, Tyler. Like you think like you have this like preconceived notion of the crypto bro that's like luxury, crazy lifestyle, private jets everywhere. Which, look, he probably flies private everywhere, but like at this stage, of course you do. But he flies private to go to see the government of Kyrgyzstan to make them buy BNB and Bitcoin, which I'm sure we'll get into later because that news came in yesterday. But like he was wearing like just a regular like health watch, like was digital watch, like little things like that. He was wearing a BNB Bitcoin Binance t-shirt. I mean, like he didn't come in like he did come in with like a one like big ass security guy, right? In some random little like shop in Abu Dhabi. I found this like random like studio where they do like wedding pics and shit, and they had a studio in there.
So actually, it's the producer's saying that it's 20%. It's 90% of Binance at the end. So
GPT says he owns 90% of Binance. Wow.
So he owns 90%. Like, so I don't know what coin like Binance.
Binance surely is worth way more than Coinbase. Way more.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if we go to CoinMarketCap, right, and you go to exchanges, maybe
Binance worth as a company. I don't even know.
I wouldn't even judge it by that. Like, so Coinbase spot volume is 1.5 billion a day. Binance's is 12.
Wow.
So whoa.
Like 8x Coinbase's
assets
volume.
Under custody at Binance is 160 bill. Cumulative trading volume is 100 trillion.
Right.
And they just raised $2 billion.
I think it's even bigger, right? So futures, Binance does 48 billion a day. And Coinbase, if you really go down the list for Coinbase isn't even in the top. Wow, where's Coinbase? Coinbase does 8. So like it's at least in terms of size here, 5 to 10x the size of Coinbase.
Yeah,
that's 250 billion to 500 billion.
If
that makes, it is
the same biggest way.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the biggest crypto company, and CZ is the biggest founder in crypto.
Yeah.
Period.
So if he owns 90%, like you're talking about the height of the last cycle, I remember people saying that Binance was worth 300 billion. That's what they
that makes sense.
Was, and I wouldn't put it past because there's been some rumors so far this year that CZ's open to selling a minority stake.
I mean, he sold $2 billion to the sovereign wealth fund of Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, but we don't know what the valuation was. So maybe,
No, we don't.
So there's a chance that this thing is worth 300 billion, and then he's worth 90% of that plus BNB. He's probably in the top. I mean, richest man alive is worth 400. How much is richest?
Well, 300 billion is Elon.
300 billion. 384
It's Elon.
right now is 384. So he's in the conversation. He's in the conversation.
Wow. He's definitely worth more than $60 billion then. That's fucking
I would
great.
think he is. Yeah. I would think he is.
Anyways, all that to say, this makes Tyler's points even more like stronger, because I asked him like minute 3, I was like, what's your definition of a good life? And it's like literally just like being in a happy place, like it's not a destination, it's where you are now. And then, he even said like in prison, it was not about, he didn't miss like the good food or a good bed, though he missed his bed. He missed his family and his, being healthy. Like that was like, I like this because, you guys know I'm on a big like health kick and everything. And he was just talking about how, and he got buff, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed, like compared to his old photos, he's not cut, but he was like buff, He's kind of tall. I was expecting him to be shorter. I looked small next to him. I was like, the fuck? And it was good. I'm super happy, honestly, guys. I have to say, like, his tweet yesterday caught me off guard as fuck. Like when he was saying that's like one of the best interviews he's ever done.
It was a big one.
Yeah, that was the biggest honor for me. And this morning he doubled down. I don't know if you guys saw. So he retweeted a bunch of stuff. So the interview fell down, and then he tweeted again a few hours ago, saying the recording of the 58-minute interview only took 1 hour exactly, from entering the door to leaving. Super efficient. It's pretty wild.
Well done.
I totally used the last 2 minutes to shill him, by the way, for sure. I had him for 2 minutes. Like, hey, I'm building a prediction market platform. so I shot my shot. You know what I mean? But yeah, Aftermath, super happy. I'm glad you guys liked it. Got a lot of positive sentiment, guys. What do I back this with? Like, we just talked about his net worth. Like, who am I supposed to get next? Like,
it's getting harder.
Like, how do I back this? Like, my thoughts is Musk and Saylor. That's part of my short list.
That was my top 2.
Saylor's doable. He gave me his assistant's number because I met him, and he gave me his personal phone number in DC. Musk, I don't know how. I was thinking maybe like a Michael Dell type. Like, what do you guys think? Like someone like that? Because he's
Armstrong would be a big one.
But Armstrong after CZ, like CZ is like the king of
right. I know. I mean, but there's not that many more above.
Paolo
would be good.
Tether, right? Tether, Paolo, probably doable. We met someone from Tether in Dubai. Did you onboard him to Myriad? I tried. Did you guys see? I did a whole prediction market game. I definitely tried to onboard him to Myriad. Trust me.
Larry Fink.
Larry Fink, Paolo, Saylor, and Musk. Put it on the record. That's the hit list. Was there like a boss woman? Like Kathy Wood. Could be nice.
Yeah.
Kathy would be nice. Jim Cramer. Fuck Jim Cramer. By the way, yesterday, Jim Cramer, you know how like in the interview it said like 500K, then the million for Bitcoin? That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But then Jim Cramer at the same time said Bitcoin will never reach $500,000, let alone $1 million. I'm trying to get the replay of that CNBC. I'm wondering if it's because of the interview or not, because it could very well not be. But the coincidence is it's crazy. So if someone knows how to review a CNBC, do you know how to review the Jim Cramer shows, Tyler? Like, how does it work? Like, can someone get me yesterday's episode from yesterday morning?
I don't know where he spouts these things off.
It was on CNBC. It was on his show, his morning show.
Yeah, I'll try to look into it.
Yeah,
offhand.
I would love to see if I can get that. And then of course, honestly, like wait. Yeah, if I could get Trump round 2, that would be nice. Which would be insane. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. ChatGPT, who are the 5 biggest characters in crypto? Satoshi. Wow, CZ second, Vitalik third. That's crazy, dude. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to beat that. So you guys let me know. Anyways, yeah, I would love Kobe too. I like Kobe a lot. Anyways, So that's that. That's the aftermath. It was fun, and I love doing that shit. So that was a lot of fun. Anyways, who do we got next? What do we got? Today on the show, we'll talk markets. We got a lot to talk about here. There's the biggest FOMC in history tomorrow, Mando. So yeah, FOMC tomorrow. Markets were kind of selling off this morning. Typical 30-minute, fake out Tyler. So we started pumping with the show here. Classic. We'll do Tyler's top 100. I think there's a few things definitely that we want to cover here, and then Yeet giveaway. So someone's gonna come in and win some money. And last but not least, this show
How was
is
it yesterday?
powered. What? The winner made about 11.25.
Nice.
So
What
they
did
hit
you
on
guys play?
Bitcoin, Coinbase. Almost hit $11,000 hit on
Yeah,
Farokh.
almost hit Farokh.
Yeah, almost hit Farokh. Came second, Farokh thing. So that was crazy. So we'll do a Yeet giveaway. We should do Coinbase again because it's fun. And last but not least, the show is powered by WalletConnect. WalletConnect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to a Web3 app, you've seen WalletConnect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow WalletConnect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Mando, tell me what's next.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM everyone. So we have had a little bit of a weaker start over the last 2 days. We just had Bitcoin hit a kind of 93.5K, and then has slightly rebounded as we've gone live to like 94.5. Stocks were weak yesterday, not down crazy amounts, but they were a little bit weak, breaking that really long winning streak that we had for a while. There has been some light FUD overnight just around crypto in general. So there was a couple of pieces out basically pointing to the idea that the potential crypto regulation coming in the summer with respect to stable coins and potentially RWAs, it was becoming more divisive, mainly because of Trump being viewed as ingratiating himself with the space and it being more political, essentially. Like it was more difficult for some of these Democrats who were previously pro crypto to kind of continue with that stance with what's been going on. There was news yesterday that Trump's going to do another couple of dinners with crypto, I think founders or leaders, and I think it's been taken this a little bit wrong. So basically, Washington is starting to catch up with basically what we have been saying, that it's starting to not look as good for Trump with all of these Trump family sort of deals and ways where he's made money from it. So this is now starting to become a bit of a problem for crypto. I think we were all kind of okay with it as long as all the regulation goes through. But now, if this becomes the impediment to the regulation, I think that's a real issue. So I think we kind of have to call out a lot of this stuff, if I'm honest, a bit louder, or it could backfire. So hopefully we see maybe less activity from things like World Liberty Financial and some of the more Trump family vehicles on this. But there's a lot of ways. Remember, we had coins potentially coming from Truth Social. We had ETFs coming from Trump Media. Like, there's a lot of ways the Trump family is going to benefit from this, and I think that's potentially going to make it a lot harder for us to get meaningful regulation in the US now, and that's suddenly become the new narrative. I don't know if it's 100% on that's going to be a thing, but I can imagine Democrats who were previously pro crypto now finding it very difficult to do that. So,
just now, actually, like literally breaking right now, it's happening, right? So Sander, who's our White House correspondent on the Crip side, he tweeted out, I'm at the House Financial Services Committee plan hearing on crypto, which Democrats plan to protest with a walkout. Crypto-related hearing witnesses have been informed that once Dems move to prevent the joint hearing with AG from convening, Republicans will pivot to a roundtable with the witnesses still testifying, but not as part of an official hearing. And it appears that right now, literally 20 minutes ago, House Ranking Member Maxine Waters objects to the hearing as planned when asked to explain her actions rep by rep style. After some moments, she says, I object because of the corruption of the President of the United States. She says specifically she's referring to Trump's crypto ventures. So this is happening as we talk. So now they're going back and forth. Wow, it must be insane being in there. So it looks like it's happening now. Like I'm getting live tweets from Sandra Lutz, S_Lutz95 if you want to follow on X. But saying the essential counterproductive walkout, they should work this out during the hearing. It's true to this last minute, blah, 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 blah. Waters announces Dems are holding a simultaneous hearing down the hall. The focus of which will be, and that's her words, Trump's crypto corruption. And the Dems just walked out.
And they're yelling over each other. See the tweet right before that one?
Now, Dems and Republicans are yelling over each other as Dems read out statements about the amount of money Trump has made from crypto. Republicans yell at them to stop talking. Wow. Dude, he should be filming this shit. What he has, I mean, Tyler, you kind of
I think you can see it on C-SPAN, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, you can. You guys, Tyler, you were talking about this quite a while ago.
First off, these people are just children, right? Which is what's so unfortunate about all this. They're fighting over the deep political divides versus what is actually in the policy itself, which is just the state of politics in the United States in 2025.
Yeah,
it sucks. But that aside, we've been talking about this for a long time. I think this was the risk of Trump going so deep into crypto. I didn't think it would come to light this fast. And now it's a real problem. Like last week on the show when you were gone, we were kind of going around grading Trump's first 100 days in office from a crypto perspective, and I gave him an A, like putting his personal like meme coin launches aside for that rating based purely on policy. But now they are so intertwined that you can't separate the rating. And like if this bill fails, I think his grade immediately gets docked to like a C. And now it's like, all right, are we even going to be able to get anything through? But maybe this is all overblown. Maybe we're going to get past this. But this is real messy.
I mean, of course, tread lightly here, but like here, there's another post by Sandra 5 minutes ago. New, just before staging a walkout of a House crypto hearing, Rep. Maxine Waters told me she was poised to support the Stable Act, but then Trump's crypto ventures derailed the process. She says, we came close to getting a stablecoin bill, but Trump has been so outrageously brazen with his ownership of a crypto company, a stablecoin, enriching himself and his family, coaxing investors by bringing them to the White House is just too much. To be honest, like Maxine Waters is not great either. I'm really not a fan of her. She didn't ask me a question about the current mood in the crypto industry. Didn't know how much what he's doing can hurt them. So, I mean, she's been openly against crypto forever though, right? So I feel like that's just another excuse to go against it. But you guys also make a good point saying like, hey, is this whole thing getting in the way of that, right? Because we can't have it. So I think there's definitely a middle ground here.
It's pretty damning, right? That statement that we came close. And maybe we don't know that for sure.
We don't know, right? We don't know. Yeah. It could be an excuse, right?
At the final hour, but it does kind of feel like that. They pointed to a specific deal that World Liberty Fi took like $2 billion from Abu Dhabi. I think that's one of the examples that they're pointing to of foreign investment in Trump crypto company. And now you got these dinners, which are just like the outrageous headlines. Like last night's dinner for crypto innovators was $1.5 million a plate. And then you've got the pay for play top Trump holders dinner in a couple weeks. So it's like it's easy to poke holes in this stuff, right? It's easy to see why this would make people upset, like literal like pay for play, dinners and all these deals. And where's the money coming from? Are they buying influence? There's just a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I guess we'll see where this takes us. I could see the pushback. Right, because Tyler, you've brought it up on the show months ago. You were one of the first people I said, "Hey," you were saying, "Hey, they're getting very, very deep into the whole crypto thing with multiple companies." But I also, it's funny, it's a little hypocritical from the Dem side because they've also literally attacked our industry like crazy. So it's like I don't know who to trust type situation, you know. We can only wait and see. But Mando also makes a good point here, saying, "Hey, like at some point we have to ask each other, does it get in the way of what we're trying to achieve or not?" So
well, it is quite clearly.
Yeah, clearly there's beef right now.
Everyone's been calling it out. Like, it's just now, if it becomes a problem, I think people were like, "Oh, we'll probably be able to get through." I mean, this is just a stable coin bill. This shouldn't be the controversial bill, if I'm honest. Like, I think getting a stablecoin bill is the first of many different bills that hopefully get through. The next one, the big one, will be around tokenization, and that one was maybe going to be later in the year. So it would just suck if this now became an issue which just gets canned, for the next 4 years.
The wild card is
there's enough money in crypto and enough lobbying, I think, that hopefully it doesn't. But like, this is a problem.
there's also a chance here that Coinbase is behind this.
So cover that, like go deeper because you sent an article. I'm sharing my screen here. It's the crypto article by Sander as well, who's been boots on the ground ever since he got the pass. Why America's biggest crypto company is trying to stop a pro-crypto bill from passing. Coinbase is asking lawmakers to pause on passing a standalone stablecoin bill that could see a vote in weeks, causing tensions within the crypto industry, sources say. Why don't you take us through that?
Yeah, I think the rationale here from these sources was that Coinbase thought they only have one shot to get a crypto bill through, and they want a more comprehensive bill than just a solely stablecoin focused bill. So I don't know if they have necessarily problems with what's in this particular one, other than this like the lack of additional things that are in it. So what these sources are saying is that Coinbase is kind of coming out and starting to lobby against this. Here in the article, we had the other side. I think Coinbase came out and said that's not the case. So it's kind of like, what do you want to believe here? I mean, I'm Sander. I don't think is one to just go out and just make up sources.
No. We had this conversation behind the scenes. He's definitely have hard sources. We don't cover. Coinbase wasn't not too happy about this this article, but they're sources, and we do have real sources. So I will die on the cell defending my journalists. You know what I mean? Because Sanders does a great job, and he's boots on the ground. I mean, he's literally in the room right now, so it's not great. I don't like the whole vibe of like how everybody at first was like united to like elect Donald Trump and like help crypto, and then the vibe in DC, even when I was there last time, was very much like, now that we're in, it's like each, like, chacun pour sa gueule in French. It's like, how do you say it in English? Like, everyone for their own, That's the vibe I got from my last trip to DC. I'm not going to lie. And this is what I'm starting to see here. It's like, we got in, we all got our foot through the door. You saw a digital summit, you have everybody. But at the end of the day, they're all competitors at the table, right? Like Kraken and Coinbase and Binance and and then Circle and USDT. These are competitors.
There's a lot at stake and a short potential time window to try to get all this through. So
yeah,
there's a lot up in the air. Maybe we should know by Thursday if this is through or not. So it's coming to a head here.
I hope these companies, and I'm sure maybe our video or show will make it to them or whatever, or maybe not, but definitely that article did make it to them. Let me tell you that. So I really hope they realize that like they could get in the way of the broader crypto space if we don't unite all the way. So hopefully this does not happen. Anyways, Mando, tomorrow's FOMC, so we'll talk about all that stuff tomorrow morning on the show. We'll see. But Bitcoin's strong, 94.3. It bounced from this morning's 93-ish, as long as at 143. ETH 1775, and our Farokh still at 110. So I'll take that. I'll take that, and we'll see where that goes. Tyler, let's go into your topics and see what you got for us today.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler T on FOMO Hour calls the kids can't miss.
Yeah, crypto majors have been lagging this morning while gold jumped 2% back to 3,400 to retest its local highs. We got Bitcoin at 94.4 here live this morning. Those Bitcoin ETFs, they saw another massive day of inflows led by IBIT. So we are seeing a continued streak of a huge amount of capital coming into those ETFs. We just talked about Senate Democrats trying to delay the Genius Act stablecoin legislation due to concerns about President Trump's financial interests. There is a new draft crypto market structure bill floating around the House that would end the SEC's oversight over most crypto assets. And there's more to it than that. Semler Scientific, another company, they purchased 167 Bitcoin yesterday. They're now up to 340 million. Bernstein analysts are predicting $330 billion in corporate Bitcoin inflows by 2029. Pretty big number there. Florida, unfortunately, became the latest state to withdraw its Bitcoin strategic reserve bill. CZ Binance, in his interview with Farokh, said Bitcoin could go to 500K or 1 million this cycle. Also called for the crypto market cap to go to 5 trillion in 2025. So that's a lofty target. Vitalik proposed reducing the Ethereum network's complexity to make it more accessible and maintainable and more like Bitcoin. So perhaps a reversal there. I think that Pectra upgrade is set for tomorrow. Ripple announced a $25 million investment in U.S. classrooms. VanEck filed for the first ever BNB spot ETF, while CZ, again, is out pitching the sovereign wealth funds. I think BNB is a part of that pitch. So that's actually a pretty interesting ETF. A Kenyan high court ordered WorldCoin to delete its citizens' biometric data within 7 days. So some global pushback against the iris scanning. eToro filed for an IPO seeking to raise $500 million at a $4 billion valuation. And then DeFi Development, previously Janover, they acquired another 72 million of Solana. The acquisition, I think they've got 400,000 Solana now. So they're building quite the corporate treasury.
Wow.
An airdrop and protocol news. Bybit announced stocks, indices, oil, and gold will be tradable on its exchange soon. Bear Chain's Boyco rewards unlocked today. Athena is bringing its USDE stablecoin to Hyperliquid. And then AIMI. What is AIMI, Amy? He's the first ever agentic AI prediction market integration with Myriad, with more info coming today. So look out for that one. Memes, the meme leaders, they're kind of just red every day I check for the most part. So they're red, chopping. This company, Freight Technologies, announced plans to raise $20 million to acquire the Trump meme coin, which I thought was interesting.
And then it dumped, right, the stock?
Yeah, it pumps, but then it dumps. There's chatter of MOG penetrating San Francisco tech bro culture. So look out for that.
I want to talk about that after.
MOG boys. And then breaking before the show, MoonPay and Saflo have partnered to add ordinals and runes trading via Apple Pay, PayPal, your financial onboarding of choice. So MoonPay, helping to try to save our ordinals bags and pups.
Pups coded. What's our pups at?
You don't even want to know.
Fuck it, I'm checking. Bitcoin puppets 0.03. My God,
and the runes are at 17 million.
Dude, that shit is so busted, honestly. Like, I should just sell it all and buy a watch or something. You know what I mean? I thought about it last night. I was like, I can literally just get a really nice watch and just call it a day. And then I can look at my wrist to remind myself how stupid I am every time I look at the time. I have enough to buy another Patek Philippe, and I can just be like, you are fucking dumb, by looking at it, for being up $1 million on that stuff at some point. Anyways, a lot of fun stuff to talk about, Tyler, today. I bias. I'm going to go to the MOG news first because I thought it was fun. And it does make for a great segment. I know we got intern listening. So I was talking to the MOG guys yesterday because they brought this to my attention as well. And I'm seeing, Nate Esparza, right? He's the ads product at X. And he's just been tweeting about MOG all the time. It's this e-acting, but they're going with the MOG act. So ever since this Gork stuff that we covered yesterday with Elon putting the moguls on, and we talked about this yesterday, there's this really funny movement of these San Francisco guys, entrepreneurs and, employees of big tech companies switching their PFPs to this and then talking about being MOG acts. Look at this. He goes, I don't know which community is stronger, the Vine community or the MOG. Tyler, what's going on here? No matter what happens, these MOG guys, they constantly manage to make the timeline about themselves.
I really didn't see the next chapter of MOG lore being San Francisco tech bros and coming from Gork, the latest AI agent on Twitter. But here we are. And I gotta be honest, this makes me much more interested in MOG. This could be something that derives the next leg up. We're not seeing it yet. MOG up 3% on the day, or 7%. All right, so it's up a little bit more, but still far off highs. But this is the type of movement that could kind of recatalyze the base, get some new blood in the mix.
Yeah,
That PFP looks good. I like those.
it's sick. Yeah.
Long accelerate. That's a good tagline.
And they all changed their PFPs. Honestly, they made me one. I may change my PFP. The thing, I like my penguin, but I think they made one of my penguin too. So it's cool. I have to say, I don't know, man. What other like big San Francisco, like there was a list of them that switched their names. Nate, the net guy, is a procurator, the co-founder of Replit. It's a bunch of other people that changed their username. So I don't know. They're definitely good at mindshare stuff. Tyler, what else is going on here?
Yeah, let's see. And we kind of talked about the MoonPay news. I don't know. There's a whole lot to unpack. It's just easier way to buy runes and ordinals. Temperate Wizards are hanging out okay. They're at like 0.18 Bitcoin. Everything else is down pretty substantially. Dog, the rune, is still at 250 million, which is enough to put it like in the top 10, but also not catching a whole lot of love. And everything else has been pretty rough out there. I think what this Vitalik news with ETH has been pretty interesting, and I think one to kind of start paying attention to as we think about like what are the things that could kind of galvanize the Ethereum base. So basically, he's kind of come out and written a new blog post saying that he thinks the Ethereum protocol is getting too complicated, and he wants to fix it. He's calling for a radical simplification of Ethereum's core protocol, and his long-term roadmap proposes reducing the complexity of the base layer and its consensus mechanism, its execution engine, and developer tooling to make it more Bitcoin in simplicity, while still preserving some features like flexibility and scalability. He pointed to some features of the current design, like epic slot shuffling, sync committees, as being too intricate, and that makes it harder to maintain, harder to onboard new devs. I think he made kind of an analogy that a high school level programmer could come in and understand the Bitcoin code base and how to program, but it's much harder to onboard into Ethereum. So it's an interesting pivot here, right? And I think it's one that users could empathize with. I think part of the problem that we push back on against Ethereum and why like Solana has the lead with retail is just ease of use. And it feels like if there's a way to simplify, abstract away a lot of this, I think it would be very well received. So I don't know if there's immediate impacts or takeaways from this, but it's something to watch, right? As we look at, there's growing chatter that Ethereum is kind of moving the ship, and it's a big ship, and it's going to take time to really put it on a new course. But it does seem like they are actively thinking about it and trying to chart out what that course could be.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I guess it's a move in the right direction, right?
Yeah. I think you got to be rooting for it.
Hopefully.
The Ethereum eco.
I'm seeing a lot of people talking about longing ETH on my timeline, and I'm really scared. Like I saw Trading Lord, saw a few other people talking about this. I don't know. Are we longing ETH, boys? What's going on?
I think the problem with it is no one's had any rationale for doing it other than it's oversold. The ETH Bitcoin ratio is too low. But now, like, if you can start to point to things like, oh, okay, well, we're going to simplify ETH. Like, we're going to change the protocol. And you can have a little bit more meat behind your thesis there.
So where is this? Let me see. Is this here?
Maybe
there. Yeah. The simplified mathematical model that shows when to move to stage 2. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he always gets fairly technical.
And no, I need someone to explain this to me, like in NBA terms or something, So we'll see. The code today is Myriad, but am I seeing that it's expired? Sims, maybe double check in case, because I think Rect used it, but it's someone said, but it's Myriad, RIAD. Myriad, MYRIAD. MYRIAD is the code today. Reminder, yeet.com. You have to sign up using the FOMO HOUR ref link, and you have to place a bet. We noticed that over 50% of the people hadn't placed the first bet on FOMO on Yeet. So you have to make sure that you place that bet in order to be eligible to make some money. And we pick a winner every single day. Anyways, Tyler, What else you got for us today? I feel like there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think the BNB ETF is an interesting one.
Yeah, I saw the VanEck stuff, right?
In combination with your recent interview with
Yeah.
CFTC. I think that VanEck is the first company to have filed for a spot BNB ETFs. This is the first one. I think they got some pushback for this. But what's interesting is we know that CZ is like actively having conversations with sovereign wealth funds and countries across the globe and talking to them about how to invest in crypto. And I think he's pitching Bitcoin. But I think he's also pitching BNB in some of these conversations, right? And if he's going to be in the ear of these fund leaders and leaders around the world, leaders around the globe, he's going to be pitching BNB. That's an interesting piece for me. So I think that's going to be one to watch. Like we won't be getting approval, I'd say, like anytime soon, right? Just add to the laundry list. And there's been so many ETFs pitched this year. And I think a few of the latest wave just got delayed just because Paul Atkins, the new SEC chair, he's got a lot on his plate. He's like 2 weeks in. So not expecting any of these approvals to come super soon. But BNB's in the mix now. And I think it's got about as strong of a case for inflows as any of them do. So I think that's going to be one to pay attention to.
Yeah, so can I ask why this one was controversial, but like every other ETF and their moms is not controversial? Like, can I just ask why? I'm genuinely curious. Like, why is this one specifically controversial? Because I did see that on my timeline, and I was like, I don't know. I was kind of curious.
I guess just tied to this Binance. I mean, CZ was in prison, for AML violations, right? People just think maybe they align it more with scams, rightfully or wrongfully, but that's perhaps part of the stigma that's out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Eric Balkunas tweet this morning saying a lot of people slammed VanEck BNBs yesterday. Crypto and crypto crime is no joke. But again, if you heard CZ speak last week, he said he is advising multiple governments on establishing crypto reserves and looked like he is advising BNB to be part of the reserves. In my opinion, maybe that's what caught Jan VanEck's attention and acted on it. Again, just a theory, but it's pretty damn logical one. Because I don't know if you guys saw that, but he just went and met with like the leader of Kyrgyzstan to talk about Bitcoin and BNB reserves. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Other than that, like, I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot like of protocol news. There wasn't really a whole lot of stuff out the risk curve yesterday in the AI space. Virtuals keeps messing around with this points program. You see some chatter about that. This Virgin Points system. I think what's striking to me about their points program, and I'm going to FUD it, and I think our commenters, I'm one. I don't hold back on my virtuals FUD. Everyone's talking about this point system and like the returns they're getting on these new agent trades, and I haven't seen anyone talk about like what these agents are doing. So to me, it feels just like a AI meme coin launchpad versus like an AI agent launchpad, which is fine. That's what it is. Just acknowledge that. That's what you're trading on a daily basis, because I haven't seen anyone really talking about the tech coming out of any of this. And it does feel like kind of our crypto AI space is still kind of in like a transition period. What's going to come out on the other side of this? And we've got more big players throwing their hats in the ring. Visa and MasterCard are building rails for AI agents. You've got Tether, announcing Tether AI. So the biggest players in the world are going to be building. I think it's still very unclear what our near-term future for those who've been in like the crypto AI weeds for the last year, like what that's going to look like.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mando, you still buying Tau?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Oh, I still own it. Yeah.
Maybe that.
That's what
I don't know. I don't know. I have nothing in AI, personally speaking.
Yeah, Farokh.
Yeah, but I don't see it as AI anymore. So it's like, it's just, for me, it's like the biggest meme now. but I do still have my Farokh position. I guess wrecked. Wrecked.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna throw wrecked,
The wreck gay. I mean, they got the. I mean, look at this. I mean, Ovi sent us this screenshot in the chat just now. Tagged you. He said your favorite pattern. I mean, what a comeback, boys. I'm hyped. I have a lot of this shit, dude. I'm a big holder of wreck, so I'm not. This comeback feels good to me. You know.
It's gorgeous. I've been kind of saving this one because the launch is tomorrow, public sale.
Oh yeah.
I think we got more insight. They announced the sales price, the time, so you will be able to order your wrecked cases tomorrow. I think you're going to get drink points. You're going to get abstract XP for that as well. I think they're going to the last round of cases they sold were incredibly plus Eve. I forget the exact multiple, but
it was big.
Depending where you sold, like anywhere from 3 to 5x, like right out of the gate, it was at least a 2 to 3x for whatever you invested in the cases. And that rec chart looks good. And disclosure, I've been buying. I've been buying the dip, so I've been building up the rec position, but I like it.
Yeah, we'll see. He's cooking. I saw Mando's rec rant that someone clipped the other day was good. So everybody's fine.
Got to give it a pitch, don't we?
It's good. Dude, the apple flavor is good. Dude, every single fucking event in Dubai was serving rec drinks. I'm not kidding. I went to the supercar rally, drove into the desert in Iraq, like northern part of Dubai. They had like part of the gift bag you got was like hats, all that stuff, and then 2 rec drinks. Then the event that we partnered with, like the whole Bing Bong event, Nova, there was rec drinks. The Magic Eden thing, there was rec drinks. Our event, there was rec drinks everywhere. And then Ovi came. I saw him for 36 hours. He came to our party. He came to deliver rec drinks. Like they were everywhere, right? Because he has this opportunity to like dominate. Like nobody went and made drinks in this industry, like in crypto, right? Can you think of another company doing drinks? I don't think so, right? So like you know how like Luca dominated the plushie game, then everybody tried to do plushies, but like Pudgy's still on top. He's just dominating the drink space. Took a smart.
It was sharp. He's great at permeating these events. I mean, that was one of my bigger takeaways from Miami. Rect was everywhere.
It was even more everywhere in Token, which is crazy. Yeah, even more. And that's on the other side of the world. Like it was every single. I was shocked. I went to this car rally with this sick ass hotel. I look into my bag. There's 2 rec drinks. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And those people were not Web3. Like more than half of the people that were at that event were not Web3 people. So that's that. No, the guest. It's gonna be another day, by the way, Tyler. So we should probably go into we could probably get into our giveaway unless you have anything else to cover, Tyler.
No, quite a day. Hopefully we get a little bit more action today.
Get a pump. I would love to see the next leg of this pump here.
Me too.
I'd love to see Bitcoin like 102, 105, something like that. What are we pumping, Mando? Can you do something?
Yeah, what are we pumping? What are we pumping, lads?
Fartcoin?
Fartcoin, it feels over-owned. I just feel it right now.
I don't know. It's still 110.
I still have the position, but like it's just
same.
Just like over-owned.
Pups. I mean, Pups as history, low market cap. You know. Now with MoonPay, you can buy Pups.
Pump Myriad.
Yeah. Pups is the thing then. Let's go with that.
Myriad doesn't have a token yet.
Yeah, when token?
Not for now.
Surely CZ can give you a little taste.
Let me cook. Let me get. All right. Pick a winner. Admiral DMT. Admiral DMT, congratulations. Come on stage, you win. Come make some money, baby. Admiral DMT, congratulations. You win. You just gotta come on stage. You gotta come on stage. There he is. I see him. Let's do some coin race again. I really liked it yesterday. Can I just do more coin race? You guys down for that?
Yeah,
I'm down for it.
It's a
Just
fun
get
one.
to choose straight away. Which two
Hey,
coins?
thank you.
What's up, Admiral?
Thank you, guys. Finally.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
How you doing?
I'm okay, man.
All right.
Oh
Well,
my
look,
God.
congratulations. You already made $500. That's for sure. That's bagged. You already made that. So congrats.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Now we're going to play some coin race. Are you watching us on video or are you just on audio?
I'm on audio, man.
Perfect. So look, it's very simple. Coin race, you have $500 to bet. We're going to let you pick 3 coins out of 5. So you have in order of multipliers, it's Bitcoin is a 2x, Ethereum is a 4x, Solana is a 5x, Doge is a 10x, and Farcoin is about a 50x. You have $500 to spend. How much do you want to put? Pick 3 coins and how much do you want to put per coin?
Ethereum, Solana, and Fartcoin.
Perfect. How do you want me to split that $500?
You decide, man.
Okay. So we'll do, what should we do, lads? He's letting me pick. Should we do like 150 on ETH, 150 on Sol, 100 on Farcoin, or how would you split it?
Nah, we're already banking too much. We should just go for it with 1 or 2 of these, right? Like then it's gonna be.
So
a
the
fun
thing
out
is,
win.
Farcoin yesterday had a limit of $200, Mando. That's why I went
Yeah,
for
that's
3.
fine. That's fine. I mean, that's what I mean. But I think Bitcoin and Farcoin, the perfect barbell.
No, so he wants ETH and Sol.
Oh, okay. Then let him do that.
He wants ETH, Sol, and Farcoin.
He does. I thought you said you're choosing.
No, he does. He picked.
Right, do it. ETH coin and just do
So-
those 2 then.
2-2-1 maybe.
2-2-1. Let's do 2-2-1. So let's do 200 on ETH, 200 on Sol, and 100 on Fart. All right, let's do that. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. All right. Are you ready?
2x on Farokh.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. 62x on Farcoin if that hits. Let's go, Papa. Come on.
Let's go. Come on, Fartcoin.
Run it.
Oh,
I
got
love the music. When I got,
Oh, we can't hear it.
oh, I
Yeah.
can.
Eats up.
ETH.
Oh, Farcoin's out.
Oh,
Oh, we lost it.
Farcoin's out. Come on. ETH and Sol, baby. ETH and Sol. Come on. Get that
Oh, so
Solana.
come on, Sol.
Go Sol. Go Sol. Sol. Oh, no.
Oh no,
Oh,
Bitcoin.
that's too bad. That's too bad. Well, that didn't work out. Bitcoin won. But guess what? It's okay because you still made $500, Admiral. So congratulations and thank you for listening to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That was so much fun. That was so much. Hey, Solana $200 still like would have been like $1,100 return. That's not bad, lads. That's not bad. All right. Well, that was a fun show. That was great. Perfectly on time. So reminder to sign up, yeet.com. Use referral code FOMO HOUR and place a bet on a game in order to be able to win. We give away money every single day. I think Sim shared something with me. We passed like $15,000 already.
16 grand almost
Yeah.
on the nose.
Wow. Okay. Wow. We've already gained 16K and we gave away $1.5 million last year with Robit. So you listen to the show. Not only do you get to like literally entertain yourselves, learn about crypto, get all the news, but also you have a chance to make some money. So with that, I will see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.